Let's see what's in the trunk. Got it popped. I have not opened it yet. Okay guys, so it's the next day and I made it home. Everything's fine with the Mustang. So I need to get this thing off the trailer. And the first thing I want to do is take this bumper off. Remember, this is the goal, is to make this the cheapest build possible. See how, you know, least amount of money we can make this thing a nice drivable vehicle. So if there's something on the bottom that can be saved on that, I want to save it, not rip it off coming down off the trailer. So take that off the rest of the way, and then we'll get this thing off the trailer. All right, so the front bumper is off. Used a little massive rippage to rip it off there. So I can see a little bit more damage. Looks like the inner fender liners are okay. I think this piece right here may be okay. We'll have to see. Headlight, we already talked about, is smashed. I think we can save this fender. Mike can do wonders on that, or maybe me. Depends on how budget we go. I might end up having to do the paint myself. The frame rails are straight. Don't see any frame damage. Just the flares are bent a little bit right there. Looks like the AC condenser, it's got a little damage right there. We'll just have to see if it's, can't tell if that's maybe where it's leaked out, that stain right there or not. We'll have to figure that out more. First big obstacle is going to be getting this hood off, because that latch is smashed so much that there's no way that that thing is going to budge. So I'll have to look at it some more, but we might end up having to cut a big hole right here in the hood to get the latch, get the hood up so we can get it off. But for now, let's try to get this thing off the trailer. Ooh. Maybe that's not broke. That'd be nice. Those things are like $100 or something. And you may have seen on the side here where it says no key. Well, it does have a key. The Copart people have the key inside, so it has the key. And yes, that is 65,000 miles on this, so very low miles for a 2010. That's the real reason we bought it. So other than the good price. So let's see if this thing will start, and we'll get it off. It is filthy. I mean, you saw where we were in Kansas when we picked it up, and it was like the Dust Bowl there. I mean, there was just stuff blowing, dust just non-stop. So we'll go through it and see what all's in here, and it needs to have a good seat shampooing and detail cleaning and everything else. So see what's all involved in it. I'm sure we can use some of our products that we used on the Solstice on this top. I mean, not to make it black, but to clean it. Alright, so let's see what we've got in this vehicle. What different, look how filthy. This is dust. That's how much dust was blowing in Kansas, that it filled that up, that window. gotta get it started back up so I can wash some of this off, but man, it is just filthy. So let's see what we got. There's your stocking cap. Looks like some, that's going on the wall. Some perfume or something. Cables and cords. Lots of perfume. Alright. keys. Somebody was a Chiefs fan. Lots of change. Man, I'm just racking it up on all this change. Wonder what's in the trunk. See if I can even open the trunk with a key on this. Probably not. I have to open it when I get the power. Got it popped. I have not opened it yet. Alright, some house slippers. Armor All, more perfume. That is a sandbag. That is a dead body. Okay, more boots, more sandbags. Somebody was scared they were gonna get stuck in the snow. So we'll get all that weight out of there. That'll add another few horsepower to this thing. That's the most interesting. That might have to go on the wall. Yeah, pretty sure that has to go on the wall. All right, now let's see if we got some other stuff that works on this thing. Everything is so covered in dirt and dust. I mean, just look at how much. Look at this. Just gobs and gobs of that dust. Just on everything. I should have washed it all off before I tried to do that the hard top or soft top.
Welcome to the Mundane Minute.
Okay, an update on the Edge. As you guys remember last time we had changed this cam cover out here and we were getting ready to put on the wiring harness because two ends were smashed. So as we got this front part put on, then realized that the back side of that goes all the way back here and all that has to be connected. You can't connect all that unless you take off the intake manifold. So took off the intake manifold, and then when we got it out, realized that it was cracked in the back. Somehow, way back here, it was cracked in the accident. So took that off. I have another one of those ordered. So that was another expense we weren't planning on. On the bright side, the interior is complete, except for one little trim piece that I'm waiting on. It goes right here, but that's all ready to turn on and try once we are able to get power back to the car. So that's it. All right, guys, got a little windy, got the cover blown off on the Mustang here, but the goal for today, I already got this tire off. Gotta get that taken in and get repaired. The goal for today is try to get this hood off. Since it's so smashed in there, the latch will not release. So I'm gonna try to get it off so we can try to figure out what's going on in there with that upper radiator support. And we really need to get the SRS module taken out. All right, so I think we can reach, I don't know if you can see it in there or not, that latch right there. There's the bolt. So I think we can get to that. If we can get that bolt off, and then one under here, right there, then this thing ought to pull up, and then we can take the hinge bolts off, no problem, and get that thing out of our way. Then we'll be able to see what's going on in there. Note to self, when a hood is bowed up like it was and extreme pressure is upon it, don't put your head in front of it when you're taking off the latch. You will get knocked in the head. Okay, so that is loose. So now we can kind of see what's going on here. I'm going to go ahead and get these upper hinge bolts out. First I got to prop something up so I can get that cover off and get the windshield squirter unhooked so I can get the hood off the rest of the way. Alright, so the hood is off. So now we can really start seeing what damage we've got here. So I don't see anything that we didn't really already know. Most of this is going to be fixed by this upper radiator support being, cut out and new and welded in there. There's no coolant in the reservoir, but I think there's coolant in the system because I let it run quite a while the other day and it never did get warm. I mean, never got off kind of like middle way up the temperature gauge, so it ran really good. I hear a squeaking noise. I think there's might be like something rubbing in there, like the fan maybe trying to kick on and squeaking or something. But we just got to start tearing all this stuff out and see what's going on underneath all the plastic and go from there. But I really do need to get in there and get that SRS module out because I want to send that off, as that takes a week or so by the time it gets sent to them and fixed and then sent back. And I have an airbag on the way, so I want to get that airbag out too. So, and one other thing while I'm looking at this, if you can see this windshield where it's busted right here, I don't know if you can tell from there, but it is pushed out quite a bit, and the airbag on the steering wheel is blown, but the seat belt is not locked up. So what does that tell us? The person driving did not have their seat belt on, and so an airbag is not going to keep you from hitting your head on the windshield. And there's no blood in there anywhere that I see in here, so hopefully the person was okay. But airbag is good, but it will not keep you from going through the windshield usually, so remember that, guys. All right, the seat is out. Let's see what do we have here? Diamond ring. Sure, it's priceless, but it might be silver. Looks silver. And it's soft. Huh. All right, and some change. All right, so next thing we got to do is get this side off right here of the console, so we can figure out where the SRS module is. First thing we have to do is pop off this bezel around here on an automatic. I don't think you have to do that on a manual, but we'll pop this off. And this whole centerpiece right here, sorry about that, should just pop right up. And then we can see what's left to get under there so we can get the SRS module out. Okay, well that was really easy to get that out. And I hope it's as easy as this. Check it out. SRS module right there in the top. Usually you have to, on most cars, you have to finagle that whole center console up, try to get it out from underneath it. It's a killer. So hopefully the bolts aren't hard to get to right there. And let's see if we can get it out. Well, of course, you knew it couldn't be that simple. Here it is. But you have to take two screws out back here, because there's two back screws on the back side of that module, and you can get to the front one. So you have to take these screws out, these two screws up here, pop these panels right here out enough to get some slack, and then pull the whole console backwards, and then you can lift it up enough to get in there and get those back two screws out. So I'm just going to leave this all loose until the module comes back, and then we can plug it all back up. But until then, I'm going to clean all this. This is a mess. And we also have an issue with this, and I have not figured this out yet, but I don't know why that comes out. Doesn't look like there's anything broken. There must be something up in here that is supposed to keep that down, but I'll have to try to figure that out. And also I need to do something with this piece right here that's got the little plastic chrome looking stuff peeling off. That's really the only thing on the interior as far as the plastics that don't look pretty good. Maybe the steering wheel has a little bit right here. But and that, it's just going to be a lot of cleaning. I mean, the seats are just really nasty. And next I'm going to go ahead and get this airbag taken out and out of the way. Cross your fingers that the two plugs in there are not melted. A lot of times when these airbags explode, the heat melts the plugs, and if they do, then you have to replace the clock spring too, which I've never done. So first we have to get in here and take this little plug out right here, and there should be one on the other side, and there should just be a bolt on each side that releases that airbag. Alright, thanks for crossing your fingers. No melted wires, looks like. So, just pop those off, and then when our new airbag comes in, we just put it in, put the two bolts back in, and we're done. Alright, so everything is disassembled that I needed to disassemble to get the SRS module, get the airbag out, and now I'm just going to get the shop back out here and clean a bunch of this mess up, and probably take that other seat out so that I could get it inside, and that way I can shampoo the seats in there where it's warm. Alright, everything on the interior is out that I need to be and clean, except for some shampooing that needs to be done on the carpets in there. So when I get the shampooer here, we'll do that while we're doing the seats that I got inside. So it looks like it's getting ready to start raining, but let's see what we can get off on here before that happens. Alright, so we've got this stuff off, fender liner and the fender, getting down to see what's damaged on the steel here. And if you guys remember the $3,000 Mustang project, our very first project we ever did, a lot of this is the same type damage. So what we have to do is go back through and weld out these spot welds here and here, and here and here, and then I think there was some right in here. Anyway, remove all this front radiator support. These are bent up, so we'll buy new ones of these. Actually, this comes with the radiator support. This lower part right here, we have to buy it as a separate bracket. So let's just keep removing stuff, get this headlight out, and then we'll have to get the fender off on the other side, which I might do later when I get this tire back so we can kind of have it securely supported. Okay, so here I am up in the kitchen, which I've converted into our center console parts cleaning facility. And yes, my wife is out of town. Hey guys, if you enjoyed our content this week, we just ask that you give us a nice thumbs up down below and consider subscribing to our channel. That really helps us out a lot. And also, when you're there, look at all the different playlists on our channel. We've got 8 or 10 different playlists from different projects that we've completed. And we've started out slow, but we're at the point now where we're doing 4 at a time. So just check that out and see which ones you like. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Rebuild It. Hope you're enjoying the 2010 Mustang rebuild. And it's not coming without a cost. If you look on my covered head, you'll see an injury there. Was this caused by A, me getting nailed in the head by the hood that sprung open when I took the latch off, or B, when my wife came home and saw me with my parts all in her kitchen sink? Which one is it? Find out next week.
And always remember, don't retire it if you can rebuild it. See you guys next week. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in and watching this week's episode of Rebuild It. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any awesome content. Have a good one.